Hey toy fans, D21 Beast Rob here, back with another figure review for you guys today. And today we're looking at the only X-Men that can take David Bowie and the Bee Gees and turn their rocking tunes into a superpower. That's right, today we're taking a look at Marvel Comics' own 1970s heartthrob, the roller disco version of Dazzler. As you can see, we do have a window box packaging that does house this figure inside, as well as her wonderful accessories and Build-A-Figure piece. Towards the bottom, we've got the logo for the X-Men and the figure's name. The back of the packaging features an excellent glamour shot of the figure inside, as well as a call out to let you know that this self-respecting disco queen comes complete with her own set of roller skates. Off to the left-hand side, there is a bio for Dazzler, and at the bottom, a complete lineup of all the figures available in this wave. Alright, toy fans, let's turn this beat around and see what Dazzler is all about. Alright toy fans, here we have Dazzler out of the packaging. Yet another first time in the line for Marvel Legends for us. And I'm happy to report that this figure is everything that she needed to be. If we're not talking head sculpt, the paintwork on this figure is pretty basic. She's molded out of a combination of flesh tone plastic and a glittery white plastic wherever her outfit adorns her body. She has a bangle on each wrist that's been applied via silver paint, and then a set of roller skating shoes molded out of a silvery plastic, with a separate blue plastic used for the wheels and the stoppers on the shoes. But I really need to compliment Hasbro on the white glittery plastic that's been used for the outfit on this figure. It looks great. The head sculpt, on the other hand, does have a bit of detail. There's a paint wash that's been applied to the perfectly Farrah Fawcett 70s hairstyle. If you look inside of the hair sculpt towards her face, you can see that earrings have actually been sculpted and painted for this figure, and the face paint for this figure has been applied very cleanly with a sharp paint that matches the color of her roller skate wheels. And if you look at the back of the head sculpt for this figure, the hair detail has been sculpted exceptionally well. While small, Dazzler actually comes with some pretty cool accessories. The first one I want to mention that you may have missed right away is the disco ball necklace around her neck. That is a separate piece. It is removable if you pull off her head, but it lays very naturally on the figure, and it's a nice just sort of general sculpt. No extra paint detail has been applied to that, but it looks great. Also, it looks great with the collar piece that's actually been attached to this figure as well. That's not removable either. That's actually glued onto the figure. But then she has these two other accessories. She's got a microphone, of course, because Dazzler is a rock star, or disco star, depending on the era. Whenever you're reading the X book, she's always hot on whatever the current music trend is. The microphone that she comes with has been sculpted as a standard period microphone, a wireless microphone that is, with a button on the side and antenna on the bottom, and then the top of the microphone actually has some nice screen detail that's been sculpted. This fits comfortably into Dazzler's hands. The only problem with this is that it does kind of highlight that the figure doesn't have double jointed elbows, so you'll never quite get the microphone where you want it. I mean, unless you want it right in front of her, but if you try to do any of those dynamic singing poses, the elbow just doesn't get quite at the angle that I want it to for her to be able to be posed with the microphone singing into the air. And then Dazzler also comes with a pretty cool, what would you call this, a light sound effect? Basically, she converts sound into light rays or into laser powers, and that's what she uses to attack her foes. But what's really cool about this is a reused piece from the Doctor Strange Legends that we've been receiving recently, but this is actually molded in 3 different colors, which looks really cool. It goes from yellow to a pinkish to kind of a teal color. Perfect when you look at Dazzler's powers personified in the comics are always rainbow colored. And you can, of course, clip this around the wrist of the figure, but I find it works best to just kind of loosely place it on her fingers, and then have it posed sort of emitting around her fingertips. Articulation-wise, Dazzler has all the same points of articulation you're used to seeing on modern female Marvel Legend figures. Really, the only thing to be wary of is the head sculpt. The hair looks amazing, but it prevents her head from going back at all. She can look down nicely even with the collar in place, and she can look left and right with just a little bit of hindrance given the hair and the collar sculpt. And then we have the feet. The feet will bend down just a bit. They'll bend forward just a bit as well. And of course, she does have that Hasbro ankle pivot we're used to seeing these days, but because of the sculpt of the roller skates on the bottom of her feet, it does tend to make it just a bit tricky sometimes, depending on the pose, to get her standing sturdy. Couple of other quick notes about the roller skates on Dazzler's feet. You can actually get the figure standing on one foot, though it is challenging. And I just discovered this. Those wheels are not separate bits of plastic. They are part of the silver mold of her foot. They've just been painted in that same blue that's used on her face, which would explain why it matches so well. So there you go. Height-wise, Dazzler does stand just a little bit over 6.5 inches tall. And here she is compared to the 6-inch scale Marvel Legends Infinite Series Wolverine.
What? I thought Disco was deader than I am.
Aw, come on, you miss it a little.
Absolutely not. Wanna know why?
Sure, baby, what you got?
2 words. Waterbed. Or is that 1 word?
Beats me.
Anyway, I moved on.
Alright, toy fans, well that's my review of the Marvel Legends Warlock Build-A-Figure Wave Dazzler figure released by Hasbro in 2017. Overall, as I stated in the beginning, this figure is everything that she needed to be. And from the moment I've pulled her out of the box, I've had so much fun taking pictures with this version of Dazzler. I never thought I would have wanted a roller disco version of Dazzler. If you had asked me a year ago, I probably would have told you I wanted the 80s era Dazzler, or even her new Excalibur incarnation. But this figure has so much flair and charm, solid paint applications, great articulation, perfect accessories, and despite the difficult posability, the novelty of those roller skates has not worn off on me. This figure won't be for everybody, and 70s Dazzler wasn't exactly a mainstay of the X-Men, so if you decide to give this figure a pass, I certainly understand. But if you don't, this is yet another figure in the line where you shouldn't feel bad if you pay full price. Outstanding, Hasbro. Well, thanks for watching this review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. Which version of Dazzler is your favorite? Let me know in the comments below, and be sure to keep up with me on Twitter and Instagram at D21Beast. And I'll see you guys next time.